Conan has a number of DLC packs, but the best one is probably not what you'd expect. Stormglass? Argossean? Arena? Nope, it's actually Riders of Iboria. This DLC came out on the 5th of December 2019, and looking at the pack itself, it doesn't seem too special. I mean, sure, the material set is decent, but it's far from the prestige of Stormglass or the opulence of Aquilonian, so why is it the best? Well, these. Yep, pillars and gate frames. When I say that Riders is the best DLC, I mean that it is the best functional DLC, in that you can use Riders to make every other building better, regardless of what material you use. I will admit, at a glance, these pieces don't really seem that special, so why are they so good? Well, both the pillar and the gate frame have some very unique functionality. How? Well, let me show you. Firstly, the pillar. As you can see, this is much thinner than almost any other pillar in the game. This isn't just aesthetics either, the physical size of the pillar is pretty accurate to its bounding box, making it very useful if you're a fan of the pillar trick. I'm going to briefly skim over it as I've covered this before, but the pillar trick is a way to manipulate the snap point interactions between stairs and pillars to be able to place pillars in the corner of tiles or generally just where they don't normally snap to. This is a very useful trick, but if you're using a thicker pillar, it makes building a bit of a pain as it can lock the orientation of walls, windows, etc. Stable pillars, however, do not incur this issue. Because they're so thin, they don't intrude on the snap points of nearby objects, and thus it becomes much easier to build your walls, windows, etc. around the framing of the corner pillars. Even better, you can then just replace the stable pillars with whatever pillars you wanted to use in the first place, and you've avoided pretty much all of the issues that usually arise with the pillar trick. Over to the gate frame. This is one of my favourite pieces in the game. It's fairly unique as the game treats it as both a wall and an open tile. The gate frame can pass stability upwards to a tile above it, unlike fence pieces, but it can also hold a fence, a crenellated wall, and can be replaced by a wall piece, which opens some very interesting potential. The first is the real windows trick. Again, I've covered this before, so I will briefly skim over it. If you use the gate frame to place a fence or crenellated wall within, you can then replace the gate frame itself with a doorway, creating a more typical window design. You can also add a door to this window if you use a crenellated wall. I think most of us can agree that a lot of the windows in Conan aren't very attractive. If you're playing PvE or roleplay, real windows are very nice to have, and they really just elevate certain types of builds. As far as I'm aware, the ability to create windows like this is exclusive to the Riders DLC. The second functional use is for trimmed walls. This is a trick that is fairly new to me, but it is quite easy. Place a gate frame and then a crenellated wall, replace the gate with a door or window frame, and then replace that piece with a wall and you have a trimmed wall. It is only a small detail, but it makes the world of difference on some builds and really helps to separate and make certain colours and tones stand out. The third implementation is fairly minor, but it does have quite a niche usage. As I mentioned earlier, these gate frames can carry stability upwards. You can place a regular stable fence inside the gate frame whilst retaining the stability, allowing you to have a fenced area that can lift stability up to the floor or roof above. This is not the case with the near identical stable fence posts, so it can be a niche benefit to use the gates instead in certain builds. Both the pillars and the gate frames can be used not only with the stable pieces but with any other material palette. This will likely remain the case for any regular spec building set added to the game, and no matter how gorgeous or opulent they are, the Riders DLC will be able to augment and improve them. The Riders pack makes other DLCs more flexible and accessible, and for that reason, I think the Riders of Iboria DLC is the best DLC pack in Conan Exiles. Thank you for watching. I've used the tricks shown in this video quite a few times and they always produce great results. Riders probably has some other interactions I've missed out on, so let me know your favourite in the comments. As always, a massive thanks to our wonderful esteemed coffee cultists for continuing to support the channel over on Patreon. Again, thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon.